Okay, hello guys. I decided to make a new video for you. Basically, the main purpose of this video will be, we'll be going over two main questions that we should be asking ourselves every time that we are entering a trade. The first question is if-then scenarios. Basically, the thing that DJ is trying to teach us for a year or for 2 years. So first one, if-then scenarios, and then second question is what's being respected? Do we respect bullish order flow or the bearish order flow? So those two will be the main questions that we'll be asking throughout this video, throughout this review. Yeah, and we'll see how it goes. So we'll go to NQ. We'll just put this to other screen. Okay. So now we'll go to random bar. We'll click it a few times, so it will be absolutely random. And something from further. Yeah, October. Yeah, we can do October 2024. So I want to go over maybe one, maybe two New York sessions. So we'll see how it goes. Also, I don't have so much time, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. And yeah, I'll probably go and start from the next day New York Open, or maybe we can go pre-market. So we'll let this thing play out and we'll go from there. What a nice day to trade. Monday 21st October. Swap the highs, manipulation, reversal, CISD right here. Yeah, what a nice day. Okay, so 2 a.m. Hello MSD.
Hey, Pitbull.
Hey, how are you doing?
Oh, pretty good, pretty good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing okay.
So what are you doing, backtesting?
Yeah, I decided to do, the new review for you guys since I was, talking with Wiki, and yeah, he was asking me, when I will do another video or yeah, so I was like, I do have some free time today, so I will do it right now.
Oh, nice. If you
Yeah,
don't mind, I just hop on and listen to it
of
with
course, of course.
some maybe occasional questions.
Yeah, that's the reason why I joined here,
Yeah, I was doing some backtesting myself.
Yeah. So the main purpose of this review, or how I want to go over it, is basically to go over too many questions. The first being if-then scenarios, and the second being, what are we respecting? So I want to go over like one, maybe two New York sessions, and just ask constantly these questions, and yeah, we will see how it goes. So currently we are in 22nd October 2024 in a pre-market. Okay. You know what? I will use not this manipulation, but this bigger one. This is the main manipulation with OT of the previous range. This low is still protected. Okay. So now we do have LR down here. What I don't like about this move, basically we are doing that staircase, you know, lower, higher, lower, higher, lower, higher, you know. So for me, I wouldn't be looking for, you know, just us taking, let's say, this high or the swing point right here. I would like to see some sort of liquidity sweep, and then potentially we can look for some sort of long. I do like how we basically reject it from this point because this is the order block on a bigger time frame. But still we need to see more. In terms of what are we expecting? Currently we did rebalance the bearish range, being the 732 high to 751 low. We hit EQ of that, and now we are respecting the bullish OT of this region. Also we do respect the previous highs right here, but yeah. So now, what do we respect? What do I want to see? For me to consider any sort of long, I want to see closure above this high of 757. We already did closed above this 801 high, basically this creating the order block right here. So yeah, the confirmation for me, if I'm already, you know, missing this entry, would be the closure, strong closure above these highs. Yeah, something something like this. The only downside to that is we have no wick, but you know, outside the 10 a.m. candle or, you know, news candle, it doesn't matter so much, I would say. So right now we are not respecting the bearish order flow. Why? Because we close this fair value gap, we inverse this fair value gap. So for me, if we are bearish, you know, this shouldn't be happening. So now, if then scenarios, if we are bullish, we are aiming for this swing point, potentially to this swing high. If you are bearish, we'll just tap this order block, rebalance the range even deeper, and then basically, you know, take some sort of sell side down here. If we want to, you know, trade like CISD, we can go long right here. The thing is, the stop will be pretty huge. You know, 14 points. It's not the smallest stop for, you know, a risk or TP being just, you know, this small. It's basically what, it's not even 1-to-1. So then it's up to you if you want to take it or not. For me, I will just skip this and we'll see how it plays out. But if you are entering here, you know, the first TP, this high, the second TP, maybe this, and let the runner for, you know, -2, 2.5, -3.5, -4 SD. Okay. So now we are sweeping this point, we are tapping the -2, we are inside the -2, 2.5 region. We take also this buy side, so now we may, you know, rebalance the range a little. Also, we may have some news at 8:30, I don't know, so we can go a little further ahead. I do like this closure. Basically, you know, we escaped the range, we hit the first fair value gap after we escaped the range, and now we are expanding away from it, closing above this candle, basically creating the order block. So this is another potential entry with us targeting, you know, the 4-hour closure or the swing high. Okay, so it looks like we'll do little rebalance before it, closure above here. You know, this is another CISD play. We close above it, if we entering right here, our stop needs to be at least this swing point. So now, what are we respecting? We are clearly respecting the bullish order flow. We are closing every single fair value gap. We are inversing them, and basically we are respecting every single bullish one. So again, if we are bullish, you know, which clearly are, we are going higher. We'll take at least, you know, the swing high, or we'll tap that 10 a.m. Not 10 a.m. Sorry, what is it? 2 a.m. candle. If we are bearish, I want to see strong closure below this low. The low of 8:15 candle. Okay, so now we did take some more liquidity. We saved the high. Now we're nearly close below that low, and we are basically, we do not respect bullish order flow anymore right here. At this time, it's still, you know, too soon to, you know, speak about that we are turning bearish or anything like that, but it looks like it's start for bearishness, you know. Okay. We swept the low of the previous candle, basically closing inside the range. So still too soon for any conclusions. We are tapping the EQ of this little range right here, OTE. If we will close strongly below this candle, I may take a short, basically targeting the EQ of this whole range, potentially, you know, the lows of this swing low. So we'll see how it plays out. Nice wick on that candle. You can also see how slowly we are just reaching to that EQ/OTE region. You know, we have strong big candle closing right here, and now we can go through EQ of the range. So what we are respecting, for now we are respecting the bearish order flow. Okay, candle closing above the 823 high, little CISD there. Now I do like this, but I want to see, you know, strong candles going lower. This is nothing. If we can get strong candle, yeah, this is it. So now again, the question is, we'll enter this trade or no, because if we take the low to the high, you know, we are nearly at that EQ of the range. And if we take it, you know, we can take it on purpose of this video. So the first TP should be this EQ. We'll see if we will reach that, yeah. So now, once we reach the EQ, we can buy one, put our stop to EQ or leave it like that, depends on you. And now I would like to see us taking this swing point, which we might not take since it's OT of the region, you know, there's some protected lows down here, so we'll see what this looks like. Strong distribution. Also these two candles, maybe potential manipulation for lower. So if you put SD right here, you know, -2, 2.5 region aligned with this swing point. Also we are rejecting from that -2, 2.5 region, so that's nice. Again, what's being respected? Right now, we are respecting the bearish order flow. We are closing, we are inversing the bullish fair value gaps. We are creating the new bearish fair value gaps, and we are respecting them. So right now, I would we can put our stop loss to this swing point, because you know, if we take this, we'll probably take the highs again. So okay, now since we are only in one contract, you know, we can take the position off right here, or we can trail our stop loss. I would like to trail this because, you know, this looks like start of the displacement lower. But if you are, let's say, in, you know, 10 micros, we can take 5 off here and, you know, just let the rest ride. But again, it depends on you and your style of trading. Okay, so now we are sweeping the lows right here. What can happen right now? We tap the minus 3.5, minus 4 region. We are getting bigger and bigger wicks, so we are still bearish for sure, but we might see, you know, just some rebalance to the EQ, or we can just see flush right here. So again, if you are in more contracts, this is the perfect spot for us to take profits. If you are just one, we need to just, you know, trim the stop loss, but again, in here, there is no logical place to put your stop loss, because the next candle can just, you know, push it higher, retest the fair value gaps and go lower. Smaller and smaller candles. Okay, can put it right here, minus 4. Now we are taking the second target that I was looking for, and we are also tapping that 6 a.m. Candle closure, opening, sorry. So now we can expect some sort of resistance or some, you know, some bullishness. So we are respecting the bearish order flow, we are tapping and basically inversing every bullish fair value gap. So now we are bearish definitely. And if then if we are bearish, you know, we'll take these lows. If we are bullish, I want to see a strong closure at least above 839 candle. That would be the good start. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, retesting that 6 a.m. open. Also, we did create the EQ lows right here. So best case scenario is that we will sweep it at least one more time. If not, we will take the candle high. Nice. Okay, so now we are closing below that 6 a.m. open. We are closing really strongly. Also, the next question that we can ask, is this manipulation? I don't think so. I don't think so, so I do expect that it will go a little lower, at least for now. Perfect, perfect. So now looking on the left, we still do have these two swing lows that we may target. Also, we do have swing point right here, which, yeah, we already taken, so yeah. So we can still go a little lower. We can still trim our stop loss. Again, is this manipulation? Could be. We need to see more. Okay, I don't like this candle. Why I don't like this candle? Because, sorry, I would say that we, you know, not respecting the fair value gap, but this candle did close any, you know, fair value gap. So, yeah, sorry. If you want to be too zoomed in, if this is manipulation, this is surplus soup. Now, if you'll be respecting the OT of this little range, you know, it may be a start of bullish shift in the market. So now, if then scenarios, if we will, you know, close below this, it means that we are bearish. If we will close and inverse this candle, we are definitely bullish. So with that in mind, we can put our stop loss nearly to this swing point, because if you are bearish, we shouldn't be, you know, tapping that or retesting that or anything like that. So okay, what now? We did swap this low. I do believe that we take some sort of, yeah, next liquidity right here. Also, we may have some sort of bullish fair value gaps right here, bullish PD arrays, and we also close this candle with huge wick. So, is this manipulation? Could be. Definitely, for me, it looks like manipulation, possible manipulation. Confirmation for that would be us closing above this high. If we close above here, you know, that CISD, it means that we may have some sort of turn in the market, and will be basically, I would expect us to retest the EQ of the whole range. So for now, you know, we'll be content, we'll take this trade off, and we'll wait for next potential entry or next potential setup. I don't like the slow grind higher with LR, but it, you know, it kind of did its jobs. We closing above this point, so this is CISD. So if you want to be too early in the market, you know, you could enter right here and put your stop to this low. Why to this low? Because if you put it anywhere in here, I wouldn't be too surprised if you get swept. Also, what are we respecting? For now, we are not respecting the bearish order flow because we did close and inverse this bearish fair value gap. So now I will be looking. Hey Kodak. You know, so now I will be looking basically for even the rebalance of this range or continuous bullish order flow. Yeah, it's alright, Kodak. You know, so again, if you want to be too early in the market, you know, time-wise, it's not preferred to entering, you know, anything before or between 9 to 9:30. You know, I don't like entering trades here. So yeah, we'll just watch it, but you know, this could bring us to the EQ of the range. So we'll just watch it, yeah. Okay. So again, if then scenarios, if you are bullish, you know, I want to see us respecting the EQ of this range, EQ potentially the OTE. If you are bearish, firstly I need to see closure below that 854 candle. That will mean that, you know, we do have some CISD, and yeah, also right now we are closing this bullish fair value gap, so that means that we are not respecting, at least in the premium, the bullish order flow. Okay, we are closing below 854. Now, if then scenarios, if we are bullish, I want to see closure at least above 903 candle. If not, we will take the low again. Now we do have some sort of retest of the CISD. What I don't like is, you know, how much strength shows this candle. Okay. I do expect a few candle to the higher right here. Okay, we are near the market open. Also, we are tapping right now the EQ of the whole range. I'll put just this move as my manipulation. I'll put here my SD. We can delete this one. And this line's also, so, you know, there wouldn't be so much here. So now again, if you're bearish, you know, this could be our potential manipulation for lower. Basically this closing as, you know, it's closing your order block, your CISD right here. But again, we are at, you know, at the market open, so we can wait for a while. put our OTE right here. Now 929 is opening higher. Basically, we are putting CISD right here, the highs. Again, I don't like the time. Basically, entering 1 minute before market open, usually it's not the best idea we can have. But it can definitely play out. We take sell side. Basically, we are, putting CISD right here. From DJ teachings, the CISD is strongest when we have turtle soup before that. But also, if we enter a trade right here, our stop needs to be at least this point. And, there's fairly gap everywhere, so... In terms of targets, we do have this order block right here. That could be potential target, or it could be potential place that I would expect some sort of resistance from. And then potentially the first manipulation that, was set up at pre-market. Or the market open will basically just reverse the whole thing and we'll go lower and take the lows on the left. Yeah, so now we are hitting the OTE -2 of the previous manipulation, and we are closing strongly below these two candles. So now basically what happened, sub at the highs, another CISD, we are not respecting the bullish order flow. Now I would like to see distribution lower. Again, time-wise is not the best idea, entering at 9:30, So yeah, also Kodak or MSD, you are pros, but if you have any questions, or not questions, but if you want to discuss any price action or anything, just, pop in or anything.
Yeah, sure, man. Thanks.
Of course. Also, sorry, Kodak, you've been in a free chat, no? Before you join DJ, or am I mistaken? Because I know, like, I sometimes mistakes you with hydrogen, and I don't know which one of you, were a DJ or not. Oh, nice, Kodak. Awesome. Yeah, the TT. Yeah, I was in TT like 2 weeks before DJ left, so... Okay, so now I do not like how this candle is closing. Basically, we are just retesting the CISD right here, we are retesting the OTE, we are still respecting the bullish order flow. So now it's, it can go both ways, to be honest. We are, we are in the middle of the range, we are respecting the bearish CISD, the bullish CISD, so to be honest, this is not the best place to take a trade, at least not with minis. Of course, like, if you are taking trades at 9:30 with minis, not the best idea. We can reduce the risk a little, so we don't get any. Okay, we are still respecting the bearish order flow. Can go a little further, and we are out. So now again, what are we respecting? We are still respecting this manipulation. If this is manipulation, turtle soup, fair swing, and now we should be displacing higher. We did inverse these fair value gaps, and yeah, yet another CISD. Also, if you will be trading like this, the pattern trading, you will get your ass handed more time than not. Why? Because just in this small price action from 920 to 933, we had like 4 CISD. So yeah, and yet here is another one, another CISD. So also this is the reason why most guys lose or blown their foundeds and their evils in the first few minutes of the market open. So now I do expect that we'll just go higher, take or tap that 831 candle or 830 candle, and possibly then we will look for these highs. Okay, what's going on right here? Basically, we had that CISD, went lower, we are closing right now, we are creating the order block, we did tap the inverse fair value gap. So right now it looks better for bulls, So the difference between us entering right here and us entering right here, we have more confirmation that we want to go higher. We already did tap that order block, but now I would like to see us taking the highs. We are sweeping the high. There we go, confirmation candle. Inversing the fair value gaps right here, so now I would like to see just a few candles to the higher, taking that initial manipulation and go to minus 3.5, minus 4 region. We are sweeping the high. Okay, another sweep at the lows, basically creating another CISD. So again, if we did miss, the first entry, the second entry, the third entry, this is another potential entry that we can take. There we go. So now, if then scenarios, if we are bullish, we will see the continuous bullish order flow. We'll take the highs right here. We'll take this manipulation, and we'll basically finish the pre-market SD, but it was already taken out, so we can delete that. But yeah, on the higher time frame, we are closing about this point, so that means that we are creating the higher time frame order block. So we did swap the lows, we are creating the higher time frame order flow. On higher time frame, we are bullish right now. We are, reversing. So now, if we are not in any trade, we just need to wait for another manipulation. So is this manipulation? Definitely not. Okay, we do have some sort of accumulation right here. 10 AM is opening right now. So now, if you are in this range, if we want to go higher, I would like to see us basically sweeping the lows, putting, sort of manipulation, and then going higher. If we go higher right now and take the liquidity, it may mean that we are putting the manipulation for, for shorts, and then we'll flush it, or at least rebalance the range. Okay, we are blasting higher, taking additional liquidity. We start to slow down right here. So if then scenarios, if we are bearish, there is two plays that we can expect. Basically us closing below this low, that's CISD. But I would prefer, basically us testing the EQ of the range, then going to the EQ or OT or this bearish range, and then closing, about this point. That will be confirmation that okay, we now may be looking for another short opportunity in the market. We are sweeping the lows right here, so still looking good for longs. Nothing scream bearish right now. Also, it will be easier if we have, you know, ES chart, and we'll be able to look for SMTs and all of that. Right now, what are we respecting? We are respecting the EQ or the bullish range. We are respecting the fair value gaps and also the inverse fair value gap. So right now, you know, we can say that we are bearish. We did close this inverse, this gap. We inversed it. So right now it's still too soon to say that we are bearish, but we do have the CISD. What I don't like, we did not close strongly below that, you know, we just take the liquidity. So for me, this is still not enough to take a trade. Maybe it would, you know, if we have, let's say, SNT right here, or, you know, but now I'll just wait. Okay. So right now, we'll see how we'll react from this region. If we'll have some sort of, you know, strong candle closing lower, it may be a good short opportunity. You know, our stop loss would be need this candle high and basically targeting the first target 1022 and, you know, going lower. But still, you know, we are pretty bearish, pretty bullish. We did just retested that order block on the left. Yeah, we need to see more. So again, if you want to be, you know, maybe too soon or jumping the gun a little bit, this is great entry for shorts. But you need to see the next candle being, you know, strong candle closing lower. If you will see some sort of, you know, bullishness in it, yeah, you will be stopped out. So now, again, what are we respecting? We still respect the bullish order flow. Inside of this range, we did tap the EQ or OT of the range. Now pushing higher, closing the CISD, retesting it. So now I would like to see us going higher and take the high one more time. We do have a bunch of wicks down here. Usually it means, you know, that we are not willing to go lower, and we can expect a few candle higher, but yeah, we'll see. Taking liquidity. Yeah, it's just squeezing. So now we did close this order block, retesting it, retesting the fair value gap. Now this looks like we are, you know, closing below everything on the left. And this may be, you know, start of the distribution for lower. Again, if then scenarios, if we will flip that candle, that means that again we are going for opposite side. So if you are not sure if you want to enter, you know, here, your next confirmation is basically this order block. We close below that, stop needs to go to this high or to this swing point, and you are just waiting and riding the next like lower. So now, event scenarios, if we are bullish, right now this is the CISD. If we are bearish, we will respect the EQ of the range or OTE, you know, and flip it. For now, still bullish for me. And again, like I told you before, accumulation, potential manipulation lower to then blast it higher, you know. And for now, it looks like this could be the manipulation that we have been waiting for. SD. And basically, you know, it will take these two highs if this manipulation is correct. But it's 11 AM, so yeah, you can go just a little further to see any sort of interesting price action, and I'll end it there. It looks that we are just waiting for lunch to be possible, some sort of move. Okay, so what's going on right here? Basically, we did create a at the highs. Now lunch usually takes stop. Who was winning all the time right here during the market open and during the first part of the New York Open? Basically, just longs. We're pretty much bullish all the way. So now we are taking some sell side liquidity. Basically, we are taking some stops. Okay, guys, I would need to run. So, do you have any questions or any like fractal that you want to go over or anything like that?
Not really. That
No.
was a good one.
Yeah, I would say that it was pretty clean price action. Pretty good one, like you said.
Will you hop on later on?
I'm going on night shift, so probably not today,
Gotcha.
but tomorrow maybe market open or during lunch. I'll maybe here.
Okay.
I can message you.
Well, I'm working. Yeah, I'm gonna be working tomorrow. So at lunch, yeah, lunchtime.